Hi there, it's Oli here with Result. Fundamentally, our job as leaders is change management. It is making sure that we are effectively communicating the kind of changes we want and making sure that we're taking the people in our organization along with us. There's a concept called motivational interviewing. This is a technique that is used very, very successfully in terms of helping people through behavioral change. And so let's see how that applies then to organizational change. The first step in the process of motivational interviewing is something we call expressing empathy. And that's really genuinely showing understanding and compassion towards the employee's perspective. It's using inquiry to understand where are they right now in the journey and what are some of the points, what are some of the concerns that they might have about the change. The second piece then, the second step, is what we call developing discrepancy. And this is really helping employees to identify and better understand the discrepancy between the current situation and the goals of the upcoming change, so that they can see why it is that we're making that change. And so, again, we assume that people get that, but they may not. And so this is really just, you're asking questions, you're helping them to point out the areas where perhaps today wasn't perfect, and maybe it does make sense to continue on with this change. So then the third step is what we call rolling with resistance. And this is really all about avoiding arguments, confrontations. Acknowledge that resistance. Acknowledge that this is part of the journey. This is part of the process of change, is that at a certain point, you're going to go, why are we going to do this? Frankly, a lot of change is painful, and people need to understand why we're going to do it if they're going to actually move forward with that. And so what you're doing at this stage is you're trying to work with them to find the solutions. Try to find where are the barriers and where can perhaps we help them through that. The fourth step then is what we call supporting confidence. And this involves helping the employee build the self-reliance in their ability to make changes. So again, you want your staff, your people, your team, your organization to feel that this is something that they can do. And so what you want to do at this stage is really, where can I support you? Where are the concerns? You know, often through the previous three steps, you've had a chance to understand where some of the barriers are, where some of the concerns are. And at this point, you're trying to help them, okay, then how do we move that forward? How do we move with this change? Is there anything that we have to do in terms of tweaking things in order to help you through this? So a couple things to remember. Every employee is going to be in a different spot on their change curve. And so you need to be prepared that there's going to be a wide range of responses. And whether it's every employee, every department is going to be impacted differently. You need to take the time to understand where they are. And you need to understand that resistance, at least at the early stages, is a natural part of the process.